Hello, Aries. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn, Supportive Oracle Cards, The Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. I feel like I gotta stretch my eyes or my eyelids for some reason. I gotta squish them open. It's weird. Squish them open? That's not how you would say that. But there you go. Pry them open? Probably that. There's a lot here right in a row. Okay. This is Aries. It's like an event happening or something here. You're leading up to this event is what I'm feeling. Now, your energy, the thing is with Aries, you can be spontaneous easily. I don't think that's a challenge. But whatever the situation is, you're using a playful attitude with it. You're coming in and out with it. It doesn't seem like it's an issue. It's like sometimes I'm there, sometimes I'm not. But nobody seems to be giving you any guff about it. You're thinking that's cool. What's the problem? No issue. When I'm getting the lizard spirit, what does it say? It says, dream the world into being, I guess. But when I feel lizard, I feel like, you know how you see it run behind a leaf or something, and it's right in front of you, then it disappears behind a rock, and then it shows itself when it wants to, and it's kind of playful. It's in and out, in and out. Now you see me, now you don't. Now you see me, now you don't. I feel like you're playful with this situation. Not overly invested, but yeah, if something needs to be taken care of, okay, I'll do it. It's kind of like one of those things. Like, oh, you need that done? Oh, all right, sure, whatever, I can do that. Not a big deal. No, I don't feel like there's any stress at this point. I don't see any stress here at this point. Now, this is not the event, but something's going on here. Somebody making a quick decision. How is this affecting you? It's not bad. The death card comes in, I'm noticing, which should be more impactful, but it's kind of buried a little bit, I'm noticing. So the death card is there. I don't know. It's right here. There's the death card, but it's hidden. And I feel like this is a precursor moment to the event about to happen. Somebody knows what they want, is moving things into position. I get that with this Page of Cups going on here. It's the Princess of Cups in this deck, but same energy in this situation anyway. I'm getting Page of Cups really with this. This is the Four of Swords. It's kind of like they're kind of hiding where they're going with the situation. Somebody's creating a big change. The Death card is a major card, and they're kind of trying to hold it to the side. There's little hints popping out about what's about to happen, but they're trying to keep it quiet. They're trying to make it go more dormant. They're not ready to move forward. Yet you'll notice that you have the Knight of Swords, not the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Wands right on the top. Change is already starting. It's like if you're getting ready to sell the house, but you're not telling anybody yet you're fixing it up, and you're moving things around, and you're starting to box things up. Like, there's hints here that something's about to happen. Like, somebody's getting ready to sell their house, but they don't want anybody to know yet. And they're doing a lot of little cosmetic changes, putting things in order, cleaning up the walls, painting the walls, starting to pack rooms away a little bit. Like, it's like there's obvious hints here. Like, if you see a couple rooms they don't usually use, and you're noticing they've packed a lot of that stuff away, it's kind of like there's a hint here that something's about. It's like that type of hint. Like, they're, oh no, I don't know, just got bored of that stuff. I might change it around. Or I'm thinking about redecorating. I don't know yet. But the hints are there. They might give you reasons why they're packing things away, but the true reasons are right in front of your face is what I'm getting. But the Two of Cups is telling me they don't want people to know. Everybody's happy. Things seem to be fine. I don't know if you're catching on to these clues. It depends if you want to or not, it seems to be. Kind of like if you're like, I don't want to deal with that, so whatever they say, I don't care. It's like, but nobody's upset about what's going on at this point. It seems more like a possibility than a reality, too. It's almost like the family home is about to get sold or possibly go on the market. But nobody seems to be really taking it too seriously. Like, oh, that's a possibility. That might be why they're cleaning things up. That might be why they're packing these things away. But who knows? They're saying it's not, so I guess I'll just let it be. But Aries, you're smart, and you see the details. Like, it's clicking in your brain. Like, well, we'll see. It's also like, well, they're telling me it's not, so I have no reason to buck against it. Why make a problem if there doesn't need to be a problem? That's the thing with Aries, especially the more evolved energy with Aries, and it's more in control of itself. I don't need to start a fight. If I don't need to, okay. If I need to, then I will. Like, but if it's not really going to make anything better, I'm not going to start a fight just to start a fight. I'll just watch it and see what's going on. So you got the mouse spirit, though, is telling me you're noticing these little nuances. You have to be noticing. If this reading is hitting, you are noticing these little details. And you're just thinking, well, that looks kind of suspicious. That's kind of what you do when you're getting ready to sell a house. We'll see. And of course, that's just an analogy. Apply it to your life as necessary. It's kind of like if you're at work and you're afraid that they might be doing a layoff, and you're noticing there's a lot of weird meetings with certain people, and people from out of town are starting to show up, and they seem to be, looking at how much this costs and how much that costs. You're kind of like, well, I'm kind of seeing the writing on the wall. They're saying we're not going to do that, but, would they even tell us if that was what was going to happen? Like, could they even tell us? Like, you're seeing the writing on the wall. You're like, well, I don't know if that's what's going to happen, but you're planning ahead. Just in case you're preparing yourself for it. Okay. Now, this event coming in. Again, if it's whatever it is, like possible layoffs, somebody selling the house, the family house, whatever, it does seem like the clues were there, and it's happening. But you seem to have been getting ready for it anyway. When you thought about, or when you noticed these clues, I don't feel you going forward and forcing anything to be dealt with, but at the same time, you're like, okay, what if that does happen? What if the house is going to get sold? What if they are going to do layoffs at work? What if that is going to happen? How does that affect me? And if that does happen, how do I want to handle that? It seems to be one of those situations where you seem to have that moment where you're like, you know what? If that's where this situation is going, how much control do I have over that anyway? And you're like, well, I have control about how I react to it. I have control about what I do afterwards. But the person making the decisions, if there's going to be layoffs or if the house is going to get sold, the person making that decision, I don't have control of that. I do have control about what I do after that starts happening, if it does. So you're just putting yourself in a smart position. Like, if that's what happens, this is what I'll do. This is how I'll handle it. This is how it's going to affect me. So you just seem to be getting your brain in order. Like, if that happens, I'm ready to handle it. I like it. It seems fine. This is like a wall of cards. Your side is the Bobcat with the Otter Spirit and the Lovers. Whatever the situation is, you seem to be taken care of. So if you have some investment in this house, or if you're worried about losing your job, I feel like, for example, if you're thinking there's layoffs going on, am I going to lose my job? Am I going to be laid off? You're getting quite quickly, when everything goes down, you're finding out quickly that your job is not, either it's not in danger, or you have a way to, you have a workaround, or there's something here that's taking you out of the stress of it. So even if you're losing your job, you're like, yeah, but I can go over here. And you just seem to make that transition almost effortlessly. It seems very easy. Or it's opening a door to where you're able to do something else, and you don't seem to be hurt in a negative way. It's just kind of like, oh, that's happening. This is where things are going. Well, I can do this. You're already ready to handle things, and you're moving forward as necessary. The Bobcat is telling me you had a plan ready, and when it starts happening, whatever it is, you're like, okay, well, I already knew what I was going to do, and you're just moving forward and doing that. You seem to be completely fine. The Otter Spirit tells me there's support with you, but I just feel like it does give that love feel. I mean, they're squished together in a little heart shape, not for nothing. The Lover's card is here, the Bobcat. You seem to be okay. I don't see it really devastating you, really. You seem to be fine. In the situation, I don't know, do I want to do situation or the other side? The other side, I think, is where we should go. The situation is going forward the way the situation is going forward. It seems to have easily a life of its own. I'm not feeling bad about it, but with like somebody working to get what they want out of it, it's coming together. It seems to be on the level. Like, you know exactly what's happening. When they're ready to push this forward, it's like everything is set out right. It's like plain as day. This is what's happening. This is going there. That's going there. This is how that's being handled. Seems like once the decision is made and it's been made public, it's all lined up. Like, this is what's happening. This is what you need to do. There's a lot moving forward. There's almost a little bit of fear here with the antelope. Things go a little quickly, but I feel fear sometimes with this card. And there might be a little fear around the situation. Other people might be upset. The wasp is telling me there's problems. You seem to be rolling with the punches. Other people are not rolling with it very well. That's what I'm getting with the wasp. I don't feel the wasp coming towards you, but I feel you're easily aware of it going around and bothering other people. How it's all coming together, the situation itself, seems to be there's more than enough here to take care of everybody. It doesn't seem like it's that bad. People may not like it. I'm not saying people are liking it, but it seems to be working out in some respect where changes are happening. Life is moving forward for everybody. Seems like in the long run it will be the best decision for everybody involved, even if they don't feel that way right now. Give it maybe up to 2 years and they'll look back and be like, well, my life has changed and now I'm in a place better than I was before. The tarot card is the Seven of Pentacles. It seems like even though everything's being let known, everybody's being aware of what's going on, being led aware. Like, the words are a little jumbled. The information is there, but a little bit of infighting might make it confusing, but the information is there. So if it gets confusing, it's people kind of arguing over it that's making it confusing. People trying to change something that's already been done. That would be what's confusing. It's almost like somebody bringing a cake to a party and saying it's just a chocolate cake, chocolate frosting, chocolate cake, nothing special, that's all it is. And somebody going, I think there's rum in it. No, I think they put a pudding, like that little pudding center, I think there's a little pudding drop in it. Oh, really? What type of frosting is it? I think it's buttercream. And they're like, no, it's just a regular store-bought frosting. It's not anything special. It's just a store-bought cake that I made and put together. It's just chocolate cake, chocolate ice cream, and chocolate icing. And people are like, well, I actually think there's nuts in it. I'm pretty sure there's nuts in it. Yeah, don't you think so? Oh, it could be more of a fruit cake. I think it's more of a fruit cake. And again, the person who brought it is saying, nope, it's just a regular, normal, run-of-the-mill chocolate cake with store-bought chocolate icing. It's just sugary, that's it. Nothing special. That's what makes it confusing. Other people seem to be questioning what it really is and trying to push their agenda onto it, when it's like, if there's a chocolate cake already in front of you, once it's already there, you can't make it into a fruit cake. You can't make it into a rum cake. You can't make it into a cannoli cake. It is what it is. It already exists. It's in front of them. It's already there. But if it gets confusing, that's why. The truth of what it already is has already been put out there. But other people are like, well, I think it's actually got nuts in it. And every now and then somebody has to bring it back to the center saying, nope, it's just a regular chocolate cake. There's no nuts in it. There's no nothing. Just chocolate cake, chocolate ice cream. That's it. So if it gets confusing, that's why. The fox spirit here it tells me that somebody's making it confusing. In this situation, I just feel like somebody's trying to make things confusing. Like they're trying to upset people or make people think there's something there that's not, or they're making people feel like, oh, I know there was nuts in that. I know there was. So you just must have got a piece without nuts. I don't know what to say. Like somebody's playing games, and then the person who brought the cake has to come back and be like, no, there was no nuts in it. There never was. It's like that. It seems very remedial, I know, but that seems to be throwing people off most. Weird things like that. I don't really see you getting involved in that. You might be watching from the outside, kind of like, yeah, that's ridiculous, but you're also kind of like, well, that person seems to think that person's their friend, and I've tried to warn them, and they don't listen to me, so, you're subject to what you get involved with. I don't see you getting involved with this. If you probably are noticing it happening, but you're just kind of like, I get involved, I try to bring the voice of truth in, and then it all backlashes on me. I'm not interested. Figure it out yourself. That's a big piece of this too. Don't let them figure it out themselves, because the people playing into this, they should know better, is what I'm also getting. So this change happens. Now, you do end up disconnected from a bunch of people for some reason. I don't know. I'm not feeling a bad energy with that. But also, Aries likes, every now and then, Aries likes to be just left alone for a while. They can be the life of the party, but once in a while, maybe that's just me thinking that. Let me know in the comments. But they just like, leave me alone, get out of my face. I just need time by myself. It's just every once in a while, they just hit this breaking point where like, it doesn't even mean that anything went wrong. It's just like things get too busy, and they're just like, I just need a break from everybody. Like nothing went wrong. It's just like, just leave me alone. I just need time to be by myself, just to collect my own thoughts, just to enjoy life. Maybe just have a day of just watching movies all by yourself, something like that. Just like, don't want to think about life, stepping away from things. And I feel like that's what you're kind of heading for. You got the owl card with the whale. The whale is a very community feel here, but it says trust the great mystery, but I'm feeling like, one thing about a whale is it can go very deep and it can just be out of sight for a while. Still cares, still is a part of things, but just kind of like, even though to me it's a very family-oriented card, it says trust the great mystery, but I feel family with whale. I just very much feel family. But also being able to go deep and just be like out of sight of everybody. Like, I'm going to go down here near the bottom and just hang out by myself and be left alone. I just need to recharge. This is a smart decision for you. Nothing is wrong. You just have the opportunity to do this. So you seem to be stepping away. Other people might feel a little bit left out of the cold, but don't let them pull you out of your moment. If you want a moment by yourself, you need to have this moment. Because another thing with life in Aries, it seems like it sets you up, kind of like you're feeling the need to have this moment. Life is providing you this moment to have some alone time. It's almost like take the moment so you can have your batteries fully charged for the next thing coming your way. Do what's right for you in this situation. There's no reason not to, because I feel other people going, hey, where you going? Like, we should hang out. Like, why are you doing things by yourself? Come hang out with us. Come to this party with us. Come do this with us. Come do skiing with us. Go to this park with us. And you just don't really want to, but they're kind of like almost trying to guilt you into it. Like, oh, we missed you. We want you around. And that's nice, but I feel like you need to respectfully just say no. Unless you want to. If you want to do it, okay. But I feel like the energy is more like you're going to feel like I need some time by myself. Take your alone time and make it work for you is what I'm getting. Is there anything else with that? I don't think so. I think that's good. I don't feel like this is bad. I feel like you're just staying out of situations. Maybe some of you just need that reassurance, like staying out of it is a good idea. At the end, I feel like the end is the biggest thing. Kind of like when you feel that inkling where you need your self time, alone time, by yourself time, whatever you want to call it, take it. Make that happen for yourself. Don't feel guilty about it, because life is probably setting you up to recharge your batteries to full, where you're completely at center for whatever's coming towards you next, which doesn't have to be a bad thing, by the way. Sometimes it's just where life gets really busy and you just need all your faculties at full charge so you can make the best of it. Are we good? All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.